Just be curious about something and pursue that. And then number two is be consistent. You have to be consistent and disciplined. You'll have great days, you'll have bad days, but through the good and bad days, you just got to keep going.
We know what we want, fly, and we can't get enough. We just living it up, we just living it up, we just living it up.
Adam Faris.
Adam also.
My brother and Adam.
Yes, Adam Squared. We were just talking about Adam Squared.
Adam Squared.
Yeah.
What is one thing that people don't know about you?
Oh, man. One thing that people don't know.
Starting off strong.
Yeah. Actually, I feel like I was just talking to you about this. I'm like really introverted. Like,
Really?
I feel like, you know, like I love meeting new people and talking to people. Like, you know, you and I get along from the get-go, but there's just something about like just being alone, like with yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know, shooting hoops, you know, like with your headphones in, listening to music.
therapeutic.
Yeah, it's very therapeutic. And I love that. So I feel like most people don't know that I'm just super introverted.
And I feel like a lot of times with people who are big on social media, it's like, clearly an extroverted person. You know, they're posting themselves on, all these platforms. But it's interesting to hear you say that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been since my youth. I just like my own time, my own space, you know?
Yeah, I'm afraid to be alone. That's
Yeah, you are?
Yeah. I cannot be alone.
Yeah.
That's a big issue of mine. You have obviously been extremely successful in content creation, social media. What is your biggest piece of advice for someone who wants to start getting into social media, wants to be a creator, an influencer?
Yeah, well, first off, thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course.
I would say just try it first. Like, I had no conception 3 years, I guess almost 3 years now, of what social media creation was, what content creation was. I literally started, it was kind of peak quarantine. I was at University of Oregon, go Ducks. And with no classes, nothing. We just had so much time, And TikTok was this kind of emerging platform, and it was really interesting to me because it was such a level playing field relative to relative to like Instagram or YouTube, where you can still garner that following, but it helps you if you have sort of a celebrity status. But it started with the curiosity and kind of pursuing that curiosity more of like, okay, let me see if I can get some sort of viral video. So I started posting, I feel like everybody does like Snapchat memories,
Yeah, of course.
And like none of them hit. And then I started making videos and they were absolutely terrible. They were so bad. And then I made my first video that took off was actually a betting video. It was on NBA 2K. And
really?
Just me and my buddies, like, how you can simulate.
Yeah.
So I did like the 95, 96 Bulls, something like that, versus the Championship Warriors team. Was that 26?
Yeah, 26. Was KD there?
Yeah, KD was there.
Probably like 26.
One of those years. Anyway, and we just added some commentary. Long story short, it took off. And so I think one of two things. One, just be curious about something and pursue that. And then number two is be consistent. You have to be consistent and disciplined. You'll have great days, you'll have bad days, but through the good and bad days, you just got to keep going, got to keep posting, and believe in yourself. I think AJ and you and I were talking about it. Just like believe that people are going to resonate with you for your authenticity, and honestly, as long as like you would watch your own content, that's kind of all that matters.
Yeah, so. It's for me. My journey in content creation. It's been very easy to be discouraged when you don't see the numbers and you think you have like a banger video, doesn't hit. And it's like, okay, at a certain point, you got to start, stop focusing on the numbers and just like focusing on making the best product out there.
100%.
And, I feel like that's a lot of what you're doing is you're putting out the best stories, the best storytelling, the best graphics, content. And there's a reason it hits, It's, not everybody could do it. But at the same time, everybody could do it if they wanted to try and stay disciplined and be consistent,
For sure.
So that's why you're one of the most, respected and up there content creators in sports, I would say.
Well, again, thank you so much. That means a lot. And I also just think it comes from like a deep, deep passion for just sports in general, but also storytelling. I don't know, there's just something about a good story that I just, if delivered correctly, can really like encapsulate people or bring out certain emotions, and I think that's really powerful. And so
definitely, and it's a way for people to connect.
For sure,
everybody knows a story. It doesn't matter what language you speak.
Absolutely,
you have been told stories, family stories, bedtime stories. It doesn't matter. Your life is a story. Like that whole thing. Everything's a story. And I've never really thought about it until I said that like a sentence ago.
Yeah,
but everything is really a story.
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy.
No doubt.
I gotta ask you. Oregon's impact in college football. You're a big Oregon guy. I went to school there. Talk to me about Oregon football.
So I don't even know where to start. That's a great question. Oregon football, man. Both my parents went to U of O. Both my parents one of my uncles, 2 of my aunts. So it's deep in my family.
Family of ducks.
Yeah, and I applied other places. I applied, University of Arizona. I applied NYU, a bunch of different schools. But I was just like, my heart was set on U of O. It was almost like a second home because I lived just outside of Portland, and it was about an hour and a half away from Eugene, which if people don't know, that's where U of O is in Eugene. And yeah, again, from when I was a kid, I've just loved football, loved basketball. My dad and one of my good friends and his dad, they always took us to the basketball and football games when we were young. So going back to those days of, any Oregon fans out there or just football junkies like Darren Thomas or Dennis Dixon to even go back farther, D'Anthony Thomas. I mean, just those are guys that I grew up watching and idolizing. And yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I don't know. It kind of like it Oregon football really like shaped my youth. Now, as an Oregon football fan, you might know where I'm going with this. Just it's tough to always hear the like 0 championships. It's tough. But
You just gotta win one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. We gotta
win one.
We gotta get one. But just from the perspective of like how I grew up, it's just I can't explain it. Like it's so much further and deeper than a connection to like a pro sports team because of my family connections there and because I went there and I always felt there was just a lot more authenticity to no shade to like pro sports, but or specifically like basketball and football pro on the pro level, but I always just felt like there was such a connection with the players when you like go to that school. You are one of those individuals right next to
It's your classmates.
Yeah, Justin Herbert, whatever. It's like they're just like you, and so there's just some sort of deep connection there. And yeah, I feel like I just went on a long ramble. Sorry, but
I love it.
Strong connection of Oregon football. Always have, always will.
The coolest thing about Oregon, I would say, and I'm sure you would probably agree, is they get new jerseys every football game.
Oh yeah.
How many jerseys do you think they go through a season? Like,
Oh, my-
number. There's probably at least like 60, 70 guys on the team, maybe, probably more.
I don't even want to know. I bet it's crazy.
Over under 10,000.
Oh man. I mean, we could do the what? Quick math. So how many games are a season? Like 16?
Yeah, probably
16. How many? Yeah, 70 people on a team roughly.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that quick with math. So
Yeah, I don't even
probably
know. I don't even know
like
if
I don't know, a
there's
few
16,
thousand maybe, but in
I'm
aggregate.
gonna go over 10,000. I don't know why.
Over
I'm
10,000?
feeling over 10,000. Maybe that's
a
too
season.
bold. Yeah, a season.
I'll
Wait, I
probably
don't know.
take the under. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
tough.
maybe I'm dumb.
No,
I don't know, but it's interesting.
It's a
very
lot.
It's very
The point
interesting.
being, it's a lot of jerseys. My goodness.
a lot.
Yeah. And I hope they bring some of those good ones. Like, there's some sick throwback jerseys
yeah.
that some people don't know about. That I did an interview with Kayvon Thibodeau at the Sports Illustrated Super Bowl party. And I was asking him, like, what his favorite jersey was. And he liked the all-black ones. I was like, that's sick. But I was like, Kayvon, what if we brought back the throwback U of O? Did I show you those the other day?
Yeah,
U of O on the side,
the throwback uni.
And I was like, man, these are just so fire. So any Oregon execs or whatever, like,
Phil Knight.
they have that sway, make it happen.
Phil
'cause
Knight, come
those
on.
jerseys are fire.
Oregon getting Bronny.
I really hope so.
What's your
hope so.
pitch? The jersey. I feel like the jersey's got to be
The jerseys-
the pitch. The Nike's got to be the pitch.
The proximity to Nike, absolutely. Obviously, deep roots with LeBron and Nike. I mean, you see the photos, right? Phil's always sitting next to, Bryce and Bronny. He was when LeBron surpassed Kareem.
Yeah, he was there. He was right next to
sitting
him.
right next to him. I
Only
was like,
person not on his phone either.
I know.
Yeah.
That was a legendary photo.
It
That was
was.
a legendary photo. And actually, shout out, there's one lady in the back, too, that's not on her
Yeah.
phone, too. Because I didn't
We gotta
video
give
on that.
respect
Yeah,
to
and they're
her. Give
like,
her
actually, there's a
flowers.
lady back there, too. I was like, okay. But yeah, really hope Bronny goes to UVO. Bronny, if you see this, come to UVO. I got some sick vintage swag for you, too. I got the hookups. But yeah, man, I think that almost kind of in the same vein as Bol Bol, right? Like, not quite the same celebrity status, Bol Bol, but it's like, and again, not quite the same level of skill from a father perspective, being Manute Bol, but I feel like it's that same kind of superstardom of like coming out of high school. Bol Bol was freak athlete.
Big guy.
He was I don't know the specific number. He was at least top 10,
Yeah, definitely.
in the nation for recruits, and everybody wanted him. Everybody knew his name, and so I think it's kind of a similar, hopefully a similar kind of attraction for Bronny. It's like the jerseys, the connection to Nike,
All of it.
yeah, great facilities. I mean, you name it. So
All of it. So you're obviously a big college basketball guy. Got a little game for you. I'm going to give you a minute.
oh geez,
I want you to name as many 2010s college basketball players that you can. Don't have to go to Oregon. They can. but as many 2010s college basketball players as you can name.
2010s. Okay.
We were doing this the other night.
We were.
Don't
like-
think too much. You know what? We'll say college basketball player. We'll change it to name as many college basketball players as you can.
Okay. Yeah.
But don't
like-
go based off NBA. Don't think
but-
about college.
No, I got you. Ready?
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Aaron Kraft, DeJuan Blair, Jimmer Fredette. Wait, Marshall Henderson. I'm
We're
just
at
thinking
4.
like Hashim Tabit.
Okay.
How many do we need to get?
As many as you can. You got 48 seconds.
Shit. Man, I'm blanking. JJ Hickson, who's at NC State.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh, Solomon Hill.
We're at 7.
Dylan Brooks, Tyler
Brooks,
Dorsey.
8, 9.
I could do a bunch of Oregon guys. Arslan Kazemi.
10.
Josh. What was his name? Jonathan Lloyd. Nate Robinson, UW. I feel like that's cheap.
Yep. No, it counts.
I just think of you
Counts.
guys. I think you
Counts.
Nate Robinson.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. Shit. College basketball players. Greg Oden.
Greg Oden.
And one more, Evan Turner.
Evan Turner. You still got 10
So
more
I got
seconds.
10
You still got
seconds? Okay.
more 10. Can you get to
Oh,
20? You
shoot.
need 5 more.
James Harden, Arizona State.
Yep. 16.
DeMar DeRozan, USC. Shoot, that's probably it.
You got 17. You got
All
7.
right.
Well done. Well, and I respect you didn't just go beyond like NBA.
There was
you could have.
See, the NBA players, though, I stayed at the college because I was like,
That was very
You know,
respectful.
yeah,
That was
some around
very
me was-
respectful of you, Adam. Obviously, it's going to be a layup question for you here. Favorite college basketball team of all time?
Oregon Ducks.
Fair question. Last question for you, though.
Yes.
How have you enjoyed your stay at the Wynn?
Oh, it's been incredible. I mean, we're in this insane suite right now. What are we talking about?
2-story fleet.
Two-story
suite.
It's got the squad can't see it,
Yeah.
but elevator in the back. Yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, the hospitality, the food, the show, Awakening. That was wild. But man, it's a whole nother level here. It's so nice.
Better question. Are you going to stay anywhere else after staying
I
at the
feel
Wynn?
like it's almost tainted in a good way. My experience. I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere else.
You're not staying. Hey, next time you're in Vegas, you're at the Wynn, baby. You're not
exactly.
going anywhere else.
Exactly.
This is the
Win
place to
encore.
be.
Like we're here.
Place to be, and you'll be here for Summer League, I'm sure.
Summer League, Super Bowl 2, and then where else? Yeah, we're always back here. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see you at the Wynn.
Yeah.
I'll see you at the Encore pool.
Absolutely.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
brother. Adam,
All
thank
right.
you so much for being
Take
on
it
the
easy,
show,
man.
man.
Yes.
Adam Squared.
Adam Squared. You heard it here.